Has it ever happened to you that someone seemed so amazing to you when you first got to know them, but later down the road, you found that same person to be annoying and frustrating? Have you ever wondered why is it that the same person with whom you seem to have good chemistry in the beginning, now things have turned quite the opposite? What actually happened? Consider this. When we overdo anything, we tend to get fed up. It is as simple as that. If you eat your favorite food 7 times a day for 30 days, you are going to hate it at one point, won't you? A similar thing happens when we get too centered on a particular person or a relationship and spend too much of our mental, emotional, and physical energy towards them. Most couples go through the quote-unquote honeymoon phase, which for many people seems to be over after just a few months. People would describe it as a loss of a spark in a relationship or losing attraction towards the other person. Let's consider an example here to understand what actually happens in our brain. Have you ever been so hungry that all you could focus on was that plate of delicious food in front of you? It had all your attention. The food seemed delicious and the aroma captured you. But what happens after you've had 2 to 3 servings of that same dish and your hunger is satiated? In fact, you have overeaten. Do you still feel attracted to it? Do you still enjoy the smell of that food when you've eaten too much of it, so much so that you can't even move? Does it still have your attention, or are you done with it? And now your mind is thinking of doing something else. It is the same food that captured your attention moments before, and now it doesn't even seem important anymore. In fact, you might want to move away from it. What changed? The answer is our neurochemistry. Now that our hunger is overly satiated, our brain is telling us to move on from it, and so we lose interest. A very similar process happens at the start of a relationship for many couples who don't keep a balance in their lives and relationships. Too much mental and emotional dependency messes with our neurochemistry, which shifts our feeling towards the other person. Another factor is that we humans have a tendency to change and mold things around us according to our liking and convenience. Just look at the world we have shaped according to our wants and desires. Now each individual has their own unique set of traits, values, likings and dislikings. No matter how close we are to another person and how many similarities we share, there still are a lot of differences in thoughts and opinions. When people get too close to each other and get too much into each other's personal space, they tend to have the urge to change the other person according to their own likings and values, and the differences then can seem annoying after a certain time. This can apply to any relationship, whether it be our love life, our family and friends, or co-workers. One of the major contributing factors in relationships going bad is too much unnecessary closeness. Closeness to the point where people cross each other's personal boundaries and become clingy and overly possessive about each other, which ultimately leads to the loss of respect in the relationship. Every person needs some personal space. It is important to remember that we do not own anybody. Whether it be our spouse or even our children, we do not own them. They have their own freedom of choice and deserve to be treated as separate, respectable human beings. So, a simple key to maintaining love in any relationship is to set boundaries and respect personal space. It's crucial to set the foundation of our relationship on mutual acceptance, acknowledging and respecting the differences, and allowing each other space to breathe some fresh air.